turn our attention to the Democratic Alliance marching to the office of the Finance Minister today, accusing government of not doing enough to mitigate the economic crisis, not doing enough to protect the citizens of this country. The party says that the rising food costs are causing significant hardship for low and middle income consumers. Many families every month simply struggling to put food on the table. There are a number of demands that will be handed over to the minister. Let's head over to eNCA reporter Bafedile Moerane, who's on that story for us. Hello to you, Bafedile. And apart from the march as well, I would imagine if there's a memorandum, the DA has some solutions they think the finance minister should adopt.
No. Yeah, thank you.
Certainly, that's what we understand, that they do have some suggestions to government, in particular the Department of National Treasury or Finance, as we're expecting the Office of Minister Godongwana to come and receive the memorandum from Democratic Alliance. But without wasting any time, let us get to the gist of that to say, what is it that they are proposing to government? Liam, thank you so much for joining us. We understand that you're going to be handing over a memorandum of demands to the minister. You are blaming the African National Congress government for failing South Africans because of the high food prices that we're encountering as a country. Your memorandum of demands, what does it entail?
Well, simply what we are calling for is the minister to include more items in the list of zero-rated items. So what that will mean is that the poorest households across South Africa are going to be benefiting from this. What we want is the minister to introduce a money bill that sees this happen. Among those items are things such as beef, bone-in chicken, margarine, baby food, and so on and so forth. And these are all things that, I must reiterate, the poorest of the poor will be benefiting from this. Currently, it is the ANC government that is ensuring that people are starving, that people are hungry, that people can't focus on their work, on their studies, whatever it may be, due to how they are starving, due to how hungry they are. And we fully believe that this memorandum will ensure that those who are vulnerable, that those that are currently being attacked by this government are benefiting, that they are finally guaranteed sustenance.
You also suggest saying that you have suggestions. What suggestions? How do you think that should be tackled?
So when we look at this again, the entire crux of all of this is ensuring that there are more zero-rated items in the basket. And we've, of course, looked at the feasibility of this, and there is feasibility. It is entirely possible. Though there will be a lot of revenue spent on ensuring that more items are added, in the long run, this will be offset by outcomes in work, in education, in quality of life. This is about improving the quality of life, the quality of work, and the quality of education in our country.
Do you think government will definitely manage? It's not the first time we see new picketing having to cry foul over a number of things, the challenges of issues of service delivery, among others, as I see your boards that you are carrying here today. Do you think that it's really? Don't you think that you are giving government a burden at this point in time? How is that possible?
So if you ask if government will actually do it, I believe that they fully have a moral obligation to do this. If they don't do this, they are reneging. They are going back on their agreement as a government to the Republic of South Africa. A suggestion such as this is not something that one can look at and say that it comes from a certain party and therefore we can't implement it. It's about South Africans. It's about the lives of South Africans. And if the government doesn't accept this, it's showing that they don't care about South Africans and that they are standing with their hands to their chest and with their hands behind their back and showing that they don't care. So there's a moral obligation to this. There's a moral obligation to ensuring that this succeeds.
Well, thank you so much, Liam. That's Liam, the Gareth, having to explain and giving a picture of what exactly is being entailed on the memorandum. At this point in time, we're expecting the convention or the march to start around 11 o'clock. Members of Democratic Alliance from various parts of Gauteng continue to flock in the area here. This is Church Square, where we are in Pretoria, as they are awaiting for the Minister of Finance, Godongwana, or his representative to come and get that memorandum. And also there is high police visibility to ensure that everything goes smoothly.